Ah, my controller is once again going apeshit. Good that nothing has changed. Okay, we're gonna continue, of course. And our plan for today is just going to be grinding up, improving our gear, doing some runs to get better stuff. And to that end, whoa. Okay. Why is it, like, scratchy? And why is he moving down when I don't want him to go down? Ah, I love it. Already. Oh, you can lock him in place on the world map. That's interesting. At least that way he's not moving down while I'm trying to talk. Anyway. Yeah, since we do have to do some prep work before we enter the magical dungeon for real, we are just going to do some high-risk runs, I'd call them. No items, just hoping that we'll be... God damn it, yeah. That we can fight both the monsters in the dungeon and my controller at the same time. Why is he not even... There we go. Come on. That was really weird. Like, this time he wasn't just moving down. He didn't want to move to the left at all. Okay, yeah, let's just leave that guy be for now. So, why did I not stream on Thursday? Usually I try to at least do Tuesday and Thursday streams. And then when I have the time, also do one on the weekend. God damn it. Just not gonna use the analog stick at all now. That's just not working out. Oh, hey, a shop. What do you have? Wind shear? Iron axe. I should have maybe at least taken some money with me. That would have been smart. Because now we once again have the problem. Wait, how much was the iron axe? We almost have enough for that. So maybe we're gonna grab that. Iron axe sounds like it's probably pretty good. Anyway, yeah, I try to do at least 2 streams a week, Tuesday and Thursday, but yeah, last Thursday I did not stream. So why was that? Well, Thursday was just a pretty bad day for me in general, and I didn't feel up to it. I've talked about how my laptop that I used for university work when I was like visiting my parents or something just didn't want to boot anymore, and that I gave that to a repair shop who were supposed to call me once they figured out what the problem is and when they know like what they can do to fix it, if anything, or if they're just going to save the data that is on the laptop. Well, they didn't call me. I had to call them to figure anything out. And once I did, the information I got was basically, oh yeah, it's irreparably damaged. We don't know why. But we also need some login information from you to get to the files. Okay, why didn't you call then? Why did I have to call you so that you can get that information? If you are stuck with that, why not contact me and ask? No, I had to call first. And just getting all the data saved and all that is gonna cost like $200, which is bad enough, but then I also have to get a replacement laptop from somewhere, which is probably also gonna cost something at least. I've tried to let some connections work that I can maybe get like a cheaper one that still does its job well. But yeah, I'm just hoping that's gonna work out. And then the guy from the repair shop tried to sell me one. Because of course they wanna move product as well. Like I was like, oh, I don't have that much money at the moment that I could just decide that right now. He was like, oh yeah, but it's only $650. Cool. That on top of the $200 to get my data from the laptop that doesn't work anymore. That's like 850 euros. I don't have that kind of money to just spend 850 euros at once, randomly. That's something I really have to think about and check if maybe I can save some money there, and even then, doesn't feel great, so maybe don't pressure me into that. Especially not if I had to call you to even do your job. So yeah, that was the first pretty annoying thing that happened on Thursday. Dealing with all of that. And then the other thing was more kind of just awkward, but still was still just, it made the day even worse than it was before. So I wanted to grab some groceries for dinner. So I went to the store. That's like a little uphill from where I live. And no, I grabbed some stuff that I want to eat. Not too much because I was gone for the weekend, so it was only for Thursday evening and Friday until I left. So not too much, just a little bit so I can at least get some nice dinner after an annoying day. And then I was in line at the cash register when I suddenly realized, wait, I don't have my debit card with me because I was doing some banking stuff online. I was using my card for that. So now I can't pay for all of this. So I told the cashier, and she was very nice about it after first reacting like, oh no. Because she was like, so you don't want all of this anymore. Then I said, well, you know, I would still want it. I would just have to run back home real quick and grab my card. And yeah, she was okay with that. She was like, you know what, yeah, we can do that. Just give me a basket and I will put all your stuff in there and then you can come back and pay for it. So yeah, she was really nice about it. And I did then run downhill to my place and back uphill as fast as I could on an empty stomach, basically. So I felt pretty bad about that. And then, when I got back to the store with my card in hand... Why are you just not moving? Thank you. When I got back to the store with my card in hand, my plan was to just... to just get back in line. But the cashier then said, oh no, this is your basket, right? Because apparently in the 20 minutes maximum that it took me to get back there, she had already forgotten what I looked like. Yeah, I said, yeah, that's my basket, correct. And then she just like put all of my stuff onto the cash register in front of the people who were already in line. So then I felt bad about that because it was like I was skipping the line. And I didn't mean to. I did want to stand in line and wait my turn, but the cashier just went like, no, we can do this right now. Okay. And like, you know, forgetting your card, that's like something that happens. But it's something where you're like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen to me. You know what, I'm getting this copper sword. Just so I can have something. It does seem like it's maybe a +1? +3! Oh, okay, yeah, that's nice. So yeah, that is stuff that just happens. And, you know, the cashier probably didn't see that for the first time. But it's still like, oh, why did it have to happen to me? And on a day where I've been doing pretty well, pretty badly already. I wasn't feeling too well. And then that happens. Yeah, and then after that I was just incredibly tired and just done with the world for the day. Why are you not moving? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. But yeah, after that I was just completely done with the world for the day and did not feel like doing anything anymore. And that's why I didn't stream. Just... ouch. Fucking poison arrow, of course. Just those two things and the added like mental pressure of knowing that I need a new laptop and I need to pay for that. Holy, what is going on in this room and why was I immediately attacked? was just all like beating down on me mentally, and I just did not feel up for streaming. And then, well, on the weekend I was just gone, was visiting family. And that's why I didn't do anything on the weekend. Well, it's not that I didn't do anything, but I didn't stream or anything like that. God damn it, Pillow Rat. I don't want to attack you and you don't want to attack me. So why do you do it? There goes my money. Are you kidding me? It's still incredibly funny to me that I barely struggle with these dungeons on the first run. I've beaten every one of them on the first try. And then I go back in to like grab some items, get better equipment, and I start struggling. The only one where that wasn't the case was the magic dungeon, and even then we got the outside scroll, so we could finish our run normally, and he's moving down on his own again. Yeah, so after all of that on Thursday, I at least managed to like get some stuff cleared. Like I was able to borrow an old laptop. Sleeping gas. To borrow an old laptop from my parents. It's incredibly slow. It is really loud, and it's too big for my purposes, which is mostly traveling with it, using it in two different places, basically. It's like way too massive for that. Ooh, an outside scroll. We're gonna get that. Hopefully be able to get it out of here so we can store that. Because with an outside scroll, or maybe we can find a second one. That would also be nice. Because with an outside scroll, we can try to grab some items out of the magic dungeon instead. Where we don't have to pay for it. But yeah, so I was able to borrow a not very good laptop, but it's better than having nothing and not being able to do my uni work at all. So that was a little upside, and then a friend of mine told me that maybe he might be able to get one for cheap, so I don't have to pay as much money for a new one. So yeah, during the weekend, everything started to look up again. Was just that everything had to happen on Thursday specifically, because of course when something happens, it all happens at once. I've also been thinking more about maybe doing some off-stream grinding on this. Like, my main argument for not doing that was, well, if I use some... Hello, Ruby! If I use some important items during a run and I lose, then I will just have lost some important stuff off stream, which would be kind of annoying. But I could just always do runs like this where I start off with nothing when I'm grinding. That would make it harder. But it would also mean that I could even try to do that. But who knows? That's something for future me to figure out. For now, I'm just trying to go through this run. And tomorrow I've got something else planned entirely. Since Ruby is in chat right now. I was reminded of that. Why was he facing the enemy that he cannot even hit? You're excited for tomorrow, so am I. We're gonna be playing Goblin Cleanup in German on Runara's channel. That's gonna be fun. And I saw that, like, Goblin Cleanup just launched a Kickstarter campaign as well, I think. Just today. If I saw that correctly. Which is just perfect timing. Oh, this is a fun room to fight you in. Okay, yeah. There we go. But yeah, tomorrow is gonna be real fun, just cleaning up a dungeon with some fellow German gobbos. Are you kidding me? Usually he loves facing down when I'm not pressing down, but now of course he had to... no, don't, no... Oh, you can run away when you're dancing. Okay, that's news to me. Oh, God. No! No, I'm not looking... Fucking hell. I feel like it's getting worse. Okay, how long is it gonna take? I'm losing it. I think we have to use our outside scroll right here if we want to not die. Which sucks, because I would have loved to save that. Ah. I love my controller working against me. Okay, but with the 3,000 gold we got out of that, we can save up some more. I'm still trying to get the 30,000 gold, because then I'm getting something from him. Now we can check if maybe the... Okay, no, the steel... Steel shield is not doing anything for us. Oh, you know what I can do? I can sell these two because I get 2 more. Or, like, those specific items again if I just enter the dungeon. Okay, and let's try again. Yes, I do want to enter anyway. I did take the copper sword with me this time, which might have been a stupid thing to do. But we'll see. We will see. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be great. I cannot wait for it. I've talked about how I would love to do more collabs, but since I'm so deep in the Dragon Quest trenches, and most of them are single player, that's kind of something I need to do aside from Dragon Quest. But yeah, I'm trying to do more stuff with other people. I'm also on the on the big Goblin Minecraft server, Gobblecraft now. I don't think I'm gonna stream that, but I have started building a base. You were there when it opened? Yeah, I could not join in on the opening ceremony because I was just gone the entire weekend, but I was watching some people play. Like Quixie, Mira, Alchemy. And as you might expect from such a massive server, there was some technical difficulties at first. He just ended up being bored. Aw. I mean, for me, the same thing is happening that usually happens when I'm on a Minecraft server with friends, where everyone is just like automating the shit out of everything. There's like a bunch of farms already, while I'm just somewhere in the wilderness building my silly little house. Suddenly they all had magical items and shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, I spent like the first hour playing just running around trying to find a dark forest for my base. Yeah, exactly. Can't find a good place for my base. That was my first hour and a half playing as well, because I was just looking for a dark forest to set up my base in. But yeah, we'll see. I don't think I'm gonna stream it, but it is fun for now. I do get being bored by Minecraft pretty quickly, though. That's often been my experience as well. Like at first you're like, oh hey, let's play some Minecraft again. I haven't touched Minecraft in a while, and then you run around a bit and maybe build a little house, go into a cave for a bit, and then you're like, well, I could set everything up to like get to the Ender Dragon at some point and look for diamonds and all that, but do I really want to? And especially on an online server, that kind of stuff just happens so fast. The fighting mechanics, yeah, it's definitely not the focus. But there's like, for it not being a focus of the gameplay, it happens a lot. The server was laggy, so it would make fighting extra bad. I haven't had problems with lag yet, but when I was watching people on the weekend, yeah, there was a bunch of lag. I guess they just fixed it somehow. Maybe changed the settings for the server around a bit or something like that. So now it's running pretty well. Very nice, super herb. Let's get a big bread. Cannot get any of these shields. But yeah, even then, when I'm like, oh, I don't really want to stream this, I just want to use it to, like, I don't know, be more active in the community, not just like be on my own in my silly little goblin cave. I end up still just being in my silly little goblin cave, just that I'm now building it out of blocks. There's way too many poison arrow traps in this dungeon. And this guy was positioned really bad. I don't like this. Let's equip this. Of course we miss, and that's way too close to death, and now we have a... of course we have... There was another poison arrow there. Cool. Twin hits. What else do we have? A leather shield, an herb. Dragon shield is way too expensive. Eye drops, orb, world leaf. I would like that, but I don't have the money for it. Should we get the leather shield? Or should we get the twin hits? I think we're gonna get the twin hits, get our copper sword to +4. Use the herb so we don't die right now. And then maybe try to explore the rest of this. Hey, there's a level up. Okay. Feeling dizzy from hunger already? Wait, I don't think I have eaten yet on this run. That makes sense then. I didn't say anything. And... oh great, my strength decreases even more. Why? Don't face down when I don't tell you to. God damn it, every freaking time. Ah, there I am, totally famished, so now it's bread time. I don't know why, but it feels like today eating the bread takes like way longer to load than it did the last two streams. Maybe I'm also just misremembering because it's been a week since I played this game. And there goes my money. Cool. That was not my money. So we still have to look for that. Is the trick bag maybe in here? No, it's not. Okay. Ah, okay, we gotta go this way if we don't want to step into the poison arrow trap again. Yeah, cool. Oh. Oh, great. Yeah. No. Ah, fuck. No! That time it really screwed me over. I could have maybe taken out the Lillipa. But nope. Nope, nope, nope. Of course, my controller had different plans. Oh boy. And there we go. Dead. If we retry, we lose all the items anyway. So I guess we're just gonna take our loss and at least deposit the money, even though it's not a lot. The 2 gold, oh yeah, those I definitely wanted to keep. This is honestly getting ridiculous. Just losing the entire run because my controller was like, oh yeah, we are gonna move down a tile. Yeah, that's what you wanted, right? No, no, it really wasn't. You know, my plan was to, or at least my plan for this month was to finish this game and then play some spooky games for October, you know, because it's Halloween and I love spooky games. I love horror. I love the entire feeling of autumn. But you know, with how this is going, maybe I'm just gonna put this game on hold until I have a new controller or something. And then just start earlier with the spooks. You saw my little teaser on Twitter. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you mean. But yeah, some of the games I wanted to play for October were also console games that I would use my controller for. So now I don't know what to do with those. Maybe I'll just start with games that I can easily play with keyboard and mouse. And just get a new controller at some point during the month. Because this is just getting worse by the day. Like, I thought that, you know, it's not gonna be that bad in these games. Because they're turn-based. But no, sometimes it just screws you over in the worst moments and you waste a turn. And that's even worse than if it was just like a little hiccup during an action game. So yeah, I've been putting off getting a new controller for quite a while. Since I already complained about needing to get a new laptop as well, and having to pay for saving the data from my old laptop because that's irreparably damaged through some mysterious means. You might understand why I didn't want to get a new controller, because that's, again, money I have to pay on top of all that. So I've just been trying to make do with the one I have, but oh boy, it's just not working out anymore. And it's not me, it's the controller. I tried to make that sound like a riff on the whole cliche of, oh, it's not you, it's me. But it just sounded like I was, I don't know, losing at a fighting game tournament and trying to find excuses. Oh, cool, yep, Yeah, now I'm getting rocked because there, it just went right between the two. For some fucking reason. That wasn't even like straight down, it was down and to the left. And it just did the absolute worst thing for me. At this point it's targeted. I don't want my entire commentary today to be like, oh, my controller sucks, but man, you see this shit? Gold sword. Club. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Let's just get a bronze shield. I think with 400 gold, that's probably just gonna be a normal one. Yep, that's a normal one. But at least we have something for this run. It's better than nothing. Even though we probably are not gonna use that for anything after getting out of here, except for selling it. We're gonna play without interruption, of course. No, you stay away. And here we have a mummy. We definitely needed that critical hit. I do not like our damage output. It's too low for this point in the dungeon. If we need a critical hit to deal with the mummy. Oh, what's there? A poison arrow, because of course. Nah, you of course didn't have any money of your own, so you had to steal mine. I thought since it was sitting on some money already, maybe, just maybe, it wouldn't do that. But I was wrong. You just give me like 5 max HP for this dungeon. Getting hungry. I do have one big bread. But I think we might have to buy the other one, since we also still have to get our money back. Okay, level up. And we run into Pillow Rat. That's hopefully gone now. Yep, cool. You're gonna steal money. Yep, there's all my money gone. Cool. You know, with these runs, I'm starting to understand the mixed reviews a little bit more. But I have to keep in mind that my current experience is not representative of how this game is supposed to go. Since I have outside forces trying to stop me. Okay, totally famished. Gonna eat our big bread. We still need to get our money, and then we're gonna buy another big bread. Okay, I just wanted to check how exactly my controller is messing up there. And yeah, even if it's not like forcing me to go down. Okay, now it's not doing it. Maybe I can just like get it open and there's just something like stuck in the analog stick or something. And just need to like deep clean it. Ouch. It's gonna be close. Okay, but that's a level up. Maybe I'll just try that after stream. Why are you still there? Just move out of the way. Just getting fucking gatekept by a pillow rat. Unbelievable. And there goes my money again. Cool. Whenever you see Torneko getting stuck, like, in the diagonal like this, in these hallways, that's also just my controller not wanting me to play. But I am determined to beat this game one way or another. I just wanted to at least talk about my plans about maybe grinding in between streams by just doing runs without bringing items into the dungeon before just doing it. I could have probably just explained it afterwards. But I also didn't really have any time to get that grinding in before today anyways. So I was like, okay, you know what, we're just gonna do one more stream of getting bombarded by poison arrows. One more stream of trying to get better gear on stream. Of course, they were able to run away. And then after that, we can try doing that off stream instead. Werden hier Pokémon zerschlagen? Entschuldigung, ich glaube, du meinst Säcke. Es ist Sack zerschlagen. Saftig, schön. Saftig, schön. Hello, Runara. How are you doing today? You little asshole with your bow. Doing good. How about myself? I'm struggling against my controller today. For some reason it's especially bad today. I don't know why. And that is kind of frustrating. But other than that, I'm doing pretty well. Well, same happened to you and Styx. Oh. Maybe... Has anyone, like, talked to an astrophysicist? Maybe it's like solar flares messing with technology or something. I don't think that's what it is. You're right, thingy didn't do what you wanted. For me, it's the analog stick, so sometimes Torneko just moves in a direction that I didn't press. Like there I stopped moving down and he just didn't. And that's just been happening the entire time, and I'm just trying to get resources so we can start preparing for our big attempt at the magical dungeon. But yeah, the technical difficulties, in addition to the already not easy difficulty of this game is really messing me up. Saftig schön. Sniffer. Okay, this position here kind of sucks. Okay, don't move back into that, please. Thank you. Feeling dizzy from hunger. Yep, I know. We are on our way to grab a big bread. Don't you worry. I'm just waiting for the moment where my controller decides, no, actually, it's not okay to pay. And then the gargoyle is gonna be like, oh, so you want it like that, huh? And then he kills me. Because I'm pretty sure that's what he would do. Considering like how the Kecleon in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon act. Come on. Kecleon. Come on, Renara, you did Sack zerschlagen. You know what Kecleon is. Kecleon was the chameleon. The chameleon guy. It's a Pokemon. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you said Smash because it has a tongue. If I remember correctly. And we're screwed. Well, maybe not. We can go through this long hallway. Sounds like you. Oh, come on. Incredibly close, way too close for comfort. And now we're gonna lose our money. Oh, actually not. Neat. Okay, we're gonna take you with us a little bit as well. Now we should be fine, I think. Ooh. Still a little close. You come over here. Oh god, what a godsend that miss was. Oh, and then of course I run right into an enemy. You would really like me to try the Sack zerschlagen. I can tell you already, I would not smash as many as you. When it comes to that, I don't think I'm like full on vanilla, but I'm more tame than a lot of other people I've seen doing that. You passed 400 and smashed only 200. That doesn't add up. That does not add up. Because there's 1,000. 1,025. Once again, just focusing the wrong enemy there. Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did all 1,025. So passing 400 and smashing 200, ouch, does not add up to 1025. That's what I'm saying. Don't have money for that. Let's just get an herb. Yes. We don't even get full health from that anymore. You passieren 730 and zerschlagen 295. Well, but I mean, the ones you zerschlagen were also pretty wild. I still cannot believe you said zerschlagen to Klefki. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's wild. Very, very unique taste. A Klefki. Klefki was the keychain, the keyring. That guy. Oh yeah, smash. See? You can open things. How is... I'm not judging, I'm just asking questions. How is that an argument for smashing? That's just a normal steel shield as well. Does the steel shield do something special? No. Do I really want you to elaborate on that? Maybe not in chat right now, no. And honestly, maybe not even in private. The sniffer. Oh. Boy, you come here, please. Thank you. Level 9. Of course. Now I have to take another hit from you, which sucks. And now I messed up, and yep, cool. Yep, Just let me go down here. Okay, 19. Should be fine to deal with you now. Oh boy. I haven't even gotten to the, like, actually dangerous enemies yet. Of course, Pillow Rat jump scare. Incredible that they just turned that early game enemy into a machine of destruction that comes out of nowhere and just hits you, then runs away. I don't have a bread right now. I might just die of hunger. I hope not. But who knows what will happen. Maybe I'm just gonna die because I get stuck on a corner. Well, I mean, at least when he's stuck, Torneko doesn't move and thus does not waste a turn. So maybe that's actually the least of my concerns. Well, I'm feeling dizzy. That's not boding too well. What do we have in here? Oh. A poison arrow trap, of course, because what else? And there's still one of those warp tiles that... Oh, the turntable is new. Are we gonna step into the spikes? Yup, of course. Okay, gone is the confusion. Oh, that was in the wrong direction. Yep, thanks. There we go. You're sorry that I had to see that side of you. You'll behave from now on. No, it's fine. It's fine. Be as weird as you want to be. Oh, now I'm cornered. That's fun. And now I'm dancing, and now I cannot do anything. Nice. Just called that side of you weird. I mean, for some people it might be. I'll be honest, I've seen weirder. Uh, 219. We're just gonna start over. Yippee! Oh, of course you attacked me across that corner. You're no furry. You promise. I mean, even if you were one, who cares? Like, there's so much unnecessary furry hate on the internet, and I don't understand it. Like, it's not even necessarily like a fetish thing. Some people also just enjoy furry characters in a non-sexual way. And like, even if it is a fetish thing for some people, as long as it stays to anthropomorphized characters, like, who fucking cares? If they don't pull me into it or something like that, you know, whatever. It's just the same thing as with everything in that realm. Don't force it upon people who don't consent to it. Hi, Simple. How's it going? Oops. Okay, I think we're ready to head to the next floor. And that's a level up. I don't... Okay, now I would like to see a shop, maybe. Okay, and that one, you know, runs away. Okay, we're pretty close to 3,000 gold. So, if we could get a shop with halfway decent items right now, that would be pretty nice. I'm saying halfway decent and not good because we still cannot afford the good items. That's not a shop. Ah, there's a shop. Okay. Gold sword. Please stop shield. Iron axe. Cool. Yeah, I have that set up for a while now because I was working on some emotes and I wanted them to be usable in chat as soon as possible. But I still have to deal with the whole registration thing for business. But I'm gonna do that like tomorrow morning. Right when I wake up, I've got the page open to do it online, because you can apparently do that here, which is neat. And then once that's done, I can finally actually become an affiliate. I think I'm still gonna keep the emotes on Better Twitch TV, so they're like freely usable on in my chat. But you know, if you subscribe, you would still be able to use them in other chats, and that would be the boon there, why you would want to do that. Because I've said before, I don't really care about like getting affiliate for the money. It's more so I can get like all the other fun stuff, like channel points and redeems and all of that silly stuff that you can do with that. And so I'm trying to like keep that available even without paying money. Yeah, emotes, badges, channel points, redeems, exactly. Like that opens up so many possibilities for fun things to do on stream. I also was intending to get more emotes ready, but I've been working on some other creative stuff for the time being, so that has kind of taken a backseat for a bit. But those 5 are definitely gonna be there. Ooh, here's another shop. What do we have? Another gold sword and a bronze shield. That's pretty cheap, all things considered. It's just gonna be a normal bronze shield, but I'm just gonna take that for this run. No. There's still something on the right side there. Because we can go up here and then to the right again. This is probably just gonna be connecting those rooms, yeah. But there could have been a smaller room there in between. So I wanted to check that out. Oh, just let that one pass me by. Come on, move. I am kind of bummed out by the fact that none of my equipment has any pluses, so it's once again just gonna be selling fodder. Which does feel like a waste because we are paying for it and then just getting a fraction of the price back. But, you know, that's assuming we even make it out of this dungeon. Which is proving rather difficult. I'm also considering just doing another dungeon for a bit after this, just to get a change of scenery, because I am getting kind of tired of seeing the forest over and over. But this does seem to be the best place to grind up on stuff, theoretically, if everything works out. Because you get money, and in the shops you can get basically anything. While, like, all the other dungeons, while being easier to complete, they were, like, rather limited in the items that you could get there. But maybe if our goal is just to sell those items off, we can still make use of that. So maybe that would be the play, actually. Just do, like, the mansion dungeon over and over, since it's short. You can at least get all of your stuff out of there, instead of having to risk losing everything every time you wanna grab something from a dungeon. We'll see, maybe we are just gonna experiment a bit. I'm not dealing with the pillow rats. Now it's even following me. Are you kidding? I do not understand how their AI works. Like, it's supposed to be that they run away from you and only attack you if you land right next to them. But sometimes they just move up to you anyway. Like there, it was following me. It's like it's fighting against itself when trying to figure out where to go. Okay, now the trick bag is gone again. Great. And there's another pillow rat in this hallway that I was for some reason just not able to get into. Nothing down here. Just want to get my money back. And then I'm going to go down to the next floor. Please. Ouch. Maybe it went this way. And I can corner it down in the shop. Maybe? Nope. Went somewhere else. How's my belly doing? 21. I have 1 big bread and 2 breads. Hey, level up. Freaking pillow rats. Every time. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it go this way. And now it's down here. Okay, just be careful not to waste any turns here. There we go. Finally. You know what? I'm just gonna... Okay, I'm apparently not gonna deal with you. I was like, you know what? Now I'm just gonna beat you up, and Torneko was just like, no, I don't want to do that. And apparently he has more to say than me. No, we don't want to interrupt the game. Immediately another pillow rat and a poison arrow. Cool. They really just want to piss you off with having the poison arrows and the ouch and the big shrooms in the same dungeon. At pretty common frequencies as well. Like, that's just... Oh, cool. Yep. Don't know what I should have done there. Nope. We're just gonna take our 2,000 gold. Get out of there. and just try another dungeon for a bit. Maybe we'll at least get the 30,000 gold today. It does not seem like we're gonna get that much more done. Sadly, can I not enter Decrepit Mansion? Isn't this the... Like, it's on the side of the square, right? This is not the mansion dungeon. Now, what is this?
Wow. I screwed some stuff in a scroll that had nothing written on it, and a bunch of monsters came out. Wow, my dad's going to punish me.
Shh! Do you hear it? That strange sound. Strange sound? Oh, there's another dude here. Hello?
Oh, yeah? Oh, I guess you found me. You must be something special to find me, isn't that so? Anyway, would you like to go into the well over there behind the mansion? You'll find treasures galore in the well. Of course, you'll also find monsters galore in there. Yes, that's correct. I created the well as a wonderland of fighting. So, how about it, sir? Would you like to go in?
Sure. I don't know what that is.
My, aren't you the courageous one? Very well, I will gladly test your courage. Oh, how forgetful of me. I had better explain the rules to you.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
You may take anything into the well, but no more than 5 items. Oh, that's unfair, you say. How's this? You may choose the difficulty level. I can't do better than that. How about it? Would you like to take the challenge?
Sure, let's just see how hard it is.
My, you wish to go? I see, there's no turning back. You understand that? Very well, please follow me. Very good. Now, please choose the difficulty level.
We are just gonna start with level 1.
I see, we'll make it level 1 then. Have a good time.
I just want to see what this is about. Well, level 1. You are not a level 1 enemy. What the fuck? Okay. What the fuck?
Oh, my. Just as I know how unlucky of you. Please do come back whenever the urge moves you. Although I doubt it would make any difference. Oops, did I say something?
What the fuck? Huh. So I guess for that one you're just supposed to buy the level ups. I'm still confused why I cannot enter the mansion again. Oh, right. I have to go to the square, then go over here, and then enter the mansion. Is that it? Yeah. Why can I not just choose this one from the list like the other ones? Or at least from the overworld map? Seems like an unnecessary step there. Okay, we can pick up some arrows here at least, because that's like the main item you find here. And maybe having... Oh, hello. Maybe having a ranged attack is also gonna be pretty useful. I don't remember how many floors this had. I think it was like 7? The first dungeon had 4. I remember that much. Ooh! Oh, it's just a club. Okay. But it's +1. We can use that. Huh. Maybe I was completely wrong about... about the forest being the best place to grind. Maybe doing the earlier dungeons is actually smarter. Because they're less dangerous and you still get stuff to, like, boost your gear. Let me just really quickly check over there, because it seems like there's one more room that we haven't yet visited. Who knows what's hiding in there? Ouch. There we go. It's another arrow. 14. I think the silver ones were the ones that, yeah, that fly through walls. So we are going to equip those to deal with the ghosts. Or the phantoms. Even though we can handle them even without the arrows, but just to be safe, you know? Ooh, this is looking good. It's another club. Maybe another +1. Like, it seems like this would be a less fast way of doing it, but more reliable. Since you can pretty easily grab some clubs that will give your weapons +1 each. And then like combine those together while the dungeon isn't too hard to complete. So while you probably won't get any like weapons with special effects from here, or weapons with +3 or 4, it's just a more consistent way of getting anything at all. So yeah, maybe that's just what I'm gonna be doing off stream. Saftig schön. Just run through this dungeon over and over. Grab all the clubs. Sack zerschlagen. Aschenputtel. How many life seeds is that already? Oh, it's... I thought it was 3 for some reason, but no, it's 2 and 2 strength seeds as well. L. That's not an L. I mean, the emote is, but not what I'm collecting. That's actually a... Well, I wouldn't call it a big W, but at least a small W. Yeah, a small W. And with the enemies in this dungeon, I won't have to worry about actually making it out alive. Like, the worst thing we're gonna meet here is just gonna be the pillow rats that we would also have to deal with in the other dungeon. Runa aus Sack von zerschlagen? That's just words. That doesn't mean anything. I say that. Yeah. Yeah, I do say that. We all know that's not true. Yeah. Yeah. I called you weird. Excuse me, I said you can be as weird as you want to be. That's very different context for that. You wish I would call you weird? I can tell you the same thing. You can also be as weird as you want to be. I forgot how many arrows those things actually eat. No, I'm gonna get you. Oh, I hit another enemy as well. How did it get through those guys? Totally famished. No! Big bread. Ah, good thing we got some arrows back at least. Can I play Sack zerschlagen? I don't think today is gonna be the day for that. But maybe at some other point. But I also think it wouldn't be as funny because I actually know things about Pokemon. And that was like yet another comedy factor when you were doing that, Runa. Because with the horrible automated translation and you not knowing what those Pokemon actually are, like that combination made it for me. Like, to get to that point, I would have to go through the majority of Pokemon before I would not know what they're called in German anymore. It was wild. You had no idea Runara doesn't know anything about Pokemon? I mean, Zack, yeah. Yeah, it's not Pokemon, it's Zecke. Yeah, I could describe their qualities more accurately, but also I think the funny part was you not being able to do that and just going off of vibes alone. You just assume anyone your generation are the ones after knows. Like, yeah, that's a fair assessment usually. It is the biggest multimedia franchise on the frickin' planet. And I mean, even Runara knows like the big ones, like Pikachu and Charizard. So, like, even if you don't know much about it, you at least know. Charizard is Glurak. Char-Izzard. Oh, was it Charmander? I mean, you know, close enough. It's just more common that people know the evolution instead of the first one. But I guess for you it's just the other way around. Monster Rancher. I would honestly be really impressed if someone knew Monster Rancher but not Pokemon. There's a big orange dino called Digimon. Close. Oh, and then we just get teleported out. Neat. Oh, we can also just go right back. I'm just gonna drop my things off here. You know the movies, and there's an evil guy called Goblin. Well, specifically the Green Goblin. And there's also the Hobgoblin. What do we want to keep? What do we want to sell? How much do I get from... Come on. How much do I get for... Are you freaking kidding me? I want to sell these silver arrows. Not all of them. There we go. 1240. I'm kind of impressed that Naruto Shippuden is considered old now. But I guess it's not wrong. Yeah, I don't know. For me, old anime is like 1980s and before. But I guess time just marches on. We are gonna store the clubs. And the herbs, I think. Not the bread. There we go. Even anime from the 90s is old for me. Yeah, like early to mid 90s. Late 90s is already like. Even when it was before my time, I still didn't like consider it old. Because it was still newer than the stuff I thought was old. If that makes any sense. Yeah, it's kind of retro now. That is true. It's still been like a quarter century since then. But it's still always like, oh, that's still newer than the stuff before it. You could say that about everything, though. I guess the problem I have when describing that kind of stuff is just... that if you just use old to describe things, that descriptor just becomes more and more broad the more time passes. It's very subjective, and the more time passes, the more things are considered old. So it becomes less descriptive to call something old. Is kind of where I'm coming from. It's the same with talking about retro gaming. That is also very subjective, but people try to objectively define what is retro. And through that you have people putting NES games and PlayStation 3 games in the same group, just calling it all retro. Retro gaming is something... PlayStation 3 is not retro. Oh. Oh, Ruby, do you know when the PlayStation 3 released? You will die on that hill. PlayStation 3 released in November of 2006 in Japan and the US. November of 2006, that's almost 18 years. "18 years is not old. But is it retro?" And now consider how old NES and Super Nintendo games were when the Wii released. And those games were considered retro. And that's what I mean. Is an 18-year-old a retro human? Would you call anyone a retro human? You are so retro. I guess you would, huh? Just yourself. You're almost double that age. Yeah, but technology ages a lot faster than humans. Stop with my facts. another person destroyed in the marketplace of ideas with facts and logic. Where's your flip phone? He did realize the PS3 was old. I mean, that's kind of what we what we were discussing. It is very subjective what is considered old, and just putting everything into a growing and growing group of old things is not really helpful, is it? Came out when you were 5 and now you're 23. Oh god, we're putting Ruby into an existential crisis here. PS3 was the best console. Loud, incorrect buzzer was the PS2. PS2 was peak. You want any proof? Dragon Quest VIII came out for the PS2, not the PS3. Checkmate. PS3 was the rich kid's console. Was it? I don't know. Maybe like early on. In my mind it was always that the rich kids, at least in my school, had an Xbox 360. But maybe that's just like different from place to place. I don't know. I had a PS2 for the longest time, and after playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl at a friend's place, I saved up for a Wii. Xbox 360 was much cheaper and PS3 was more expensive due to being able to read Blu-rays and shit. Ah. That does make sense. I honestly do not remember what they were priced at. Just remember who in my school had what. PS3 from a multimedia standpoint was like super cool because you still had everything good from previous gens, and the online feature, which was the thing for PS2 as well, but it was not very well implemented and internet wasn't as big back then. Yeah, and I mean, at least was it that the early PS3 versions were backwards compatible and then they removed that later on? Do I remember that correctly? PS4 was a disappointment compared to the PS3. Actually made you never buy a console again. Huh. My brother is actually still very big on PlayStation. I don't even really know why. He plays like mostly soccer games that are on both. PlayStation and PC, and sport game fan. My brother is a full-on sport game fan, and I don't know, he usually plays on PC, but he still has his PlayStation in his room. Which, you know, I don't complain about, because he said, like, when I have a bigger place, he's just gonna give me his PS4. And then I can finally play Bloodborne. But right now I just do not have the space in my apartment. Let's go, Bloodborne! Yeah, Bloodborne just is so cool to me. Everyone should enjoy what they like. You know, I wouldn't even... Oh, you mean my brother being a sports game enjoyer. I thought that was about, like, me getting his PS4 at some point. I was about to go, well, I wouldn't even need it if they just ported it to PC. But, like, that's gonna happen when Silksong is released. You cry thinking about the game. I mean, if Simple says that, it has to be true. Because Simple is also a certified Final Fantasy IX enjoyer, which is based. You wish you could play MGS4 on your PC. Simple is certified Sigma. I actually think you can now. Griffin Sigma. No bad takes, only base takes. I had a friend play MGS4 pretty recently on PC through completely legal means, of course. Of course. And he said it actually worked pretty well. It's a bit of a setup. Yeah, I guess, maybe. You could play Bloodborne on PC now, but your PC has to be strong. And now the question becomes, how strong? I would probably have to look into that, because my PC was, like, pretty good. Not the highest end, but quite decent when I built it. But that's also been a few years already. So I'm guessing it's probably not strong enough for that. Oh, come on. I only have a strength seed, so I'm just gonna move a little bit so I can survive one hit, even if I miss. Then we're gonna move right into the pillow rat. That's a smart thing to do. Starvation beckons. Why was it worded like that? It wasn't worded like that before, was it? Weird. Uh-oh. No! I did not move to the top left. We're just gonna retry it. I only moved left. Even then it would have probably fired an arrow at me. There really wasn't much I could do there. But maybe it would have just moved closer to me and then I could have attacked it. Well, who knows? Now we will never find out. Also, I think I lost a bunch of items there, didn't I? Oh, that was stupid. If I was gonna lose them, I could have at least sold them. Ah, that's a dead end. Just move right past the phantom, that's also fine. I have no idea what their movement patterns are, it's so weird. Okay, now he's starting to move up when I don't want it as well. Cool. I guess. I kind of just want to grab some money here, then move on, or finish up the dungeon, so we can at least see what our reward is for saving up 30,000 gold. Also, I think we can still improve our storage. So that's another thing that we can use our money for. But that's only like 1,000 every time. Now the question is, how many times can we actually do that? But that's another question entirely, because it seems like we can only pay that guy to make our storage bigger if we return from a dungeon. So it's not just how much money can we pay him, but also how many times have we entered a dungeon and left it again. That's the first arrows I find on this run. Oh. Do we have over here an herb, more silver arrows. Do 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 do. Yep, that music or that motif is just burned into my mind now. Oh, the victory sound, you mean? I mean, the victory sound is just... What you're thinking of is the level up sound. Do 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 do. Ah, now I can see it in your text. I thought you meant the Torneko leitmotif that is in every song in this game, basically. There it was again. That is just burned into my mind. Is the giant slug, isn't that a Digimon? I mean, there is also a Digimon that is a giant slug. It's one of the ones that is, like, used for a lot of fecal humor in the anime. It throws a bunch of poop. Yeah. Yeah, they do look pretty similar, but it is just that they're both giant slugs, and you know, in this game, the sprite size is kind of limited. I'm guessing if you looked at, like, high-resolution artwork of them side by side, you would see the differences. But just looking at the in-game sprite, they do definitely look similar. You know what the nicest part is about doing an early dungeon like this again? No traps. No friggin' poison arrow traps that lower my strength out of nowhere. Or sleeping gas traps that just put me to sleep for a bunch of turns so I can't do anything. Just fair gameplay. Hello? Oh, come on. Just a bunch of misses there. But since it was just charging its power every turn, at least nothing happened. Pillow Rat. Do I have the... Yeah, I do have the arrows equipped already. I think that was just the perfect position for the Pillow Rat to move in a way that we would always hit it, but it would never be in a position to hit us. More arrows. And then this should connect us back to the... Oh, hello. Back to the left side there. Oh, there's another room actually. Nothing though. So we can just move on, and then after taking out this mummy... Oh! No! Almost got screwed over there again. But at least this time I have some herbs on me. Okay, come on. There we go. And that's a level up. Floor 5, level 7, that should be completely fine. If we could maybe find a little bit more money, that would be nice. Ah. Oh, that's a shield. It's just not moving at all. Okay. I'm completely fine with that. There's 2 of them there. Huh. Yeah. And another one. There we go. Double kill off screen. And here we have nothing. And some more nothing. Just a bunch of empty rooms. Oh! A see-all scroll. Was that just carried by one of the pillow rats, or why was that just lying there? There we go. Ah, it was throw 6. I was not paying attention when we finished the dungeon the last time. So I was still not sure which floor actually was the end of this dungeon. Okay. Let's just store that in the bank as well, and then we should have the 30,000, right? Right.
When your deposit reaches certain levels, you will earn some lovely gifts. The deposit has reached 30,000 gold. You've earned a gift.
A melding pot?
The next gift is when your deposit totals 50,000 gold, all told. I will look forward to your...
Melding 6. Meld swords, shields, and staves. Pay attention to their order. Oh, so we can use that like the melding shop? But it probably doesn't cost us any money. But it has 6 charges? And I still don't know how the pots actually work. So I think for now we're just gonna store that. We got a leather shield plus 3 actually, wow. And we're gonna store this and this. And we're gonna sell all the other stuff here. 1240. Let's put that away as well. And you know what? Right now I am going to take a break. We are gonna be back in just a few minutes, so if you need to grab something to drink or go to the bathroom, now's the perfect time to do so. And I will see you right back here in just a few. And we are back. So, since I've had my preconceived notions about which dungeon is the best to grind in destroyed, I think the smartest thing to do now is to try out the other ones. I did not mean to go to the old man's house. Yeah, that's where I wanted to go. So, we've tried to grind in the Lost Forest for the most part, and again we've just died. Which does not bring us any closer to what we want to achieve. We could try going to the castle through the odd field. That gives us 2 dungeons, which are both pretty easy. And a Thunderstaff is actually pretty good. Why are we finding Thunderstaffs here? That's wild. Bronze Shield is just basic though. Copper Sword, also normal. The annoying part here is that we do get the tutorial text again. But we can just button mash through that. And it's only 4 floors, so we wouldn't even need any bread. We still get the big bread though. So that's basically, like what, 100 gold that we just get for nothing? Now 100 gold is not a lot here. Ooh, leather shield +1. Haha, I see, I see, I see. Yeah, so I think the rest of the stream is just me figuring out which dungeon is the best to grind in by going through them again. Which is what I would have done anyway, just instead of going through the same dungeon over and over again, we are going through several of them. So I guess that makes it a little more interesting, even though we have seen these before. Still with the same technical difficulties though. And apparently there's no gold here. Am I seeing that correctly? Well, then I guess all the gold we can get from this place is just contained in the items that we pick up from the ground. Ayo. A joy seed. Raises the level by 1. And I'm pretty sure that should be able to be sold for a good price. At least I hope so. So just being able to find that in here is pretty interesting. I don't think we found that on our first trip through here. How many? 4. And every time it still feels the need to tell us what the Thunderstaff does. That's another thing I like that they changed in later Mystery Dungeon games, where you just get the information about an item you pick up once when you pick it up for the first time. And it's not like tied to the dungeon where you pick it up, but just tied to that specific item. If you pick it up for the first time, you get a little tutorial box, and after that you don't get that ever again. Oh yeah, bank scrolls are also in here. That's also probably at least worth something. And we're out. Now from here, you can just go right into the next dungeon. Oh. Oh. Okay. We cannot enter that dungeon with any items anyway. So I guess my plan did not work out the way I wanted it to. Yeah, we're just gonna store the leather +1. Maybe the flame herbs. And then we're gonna sell our other items. Which is gonna give us... not as much as I would have liked, but a good amount for that being the easiest dungeon in the entire game. If we do that 5 more times, we have enough for the next reward. Okay. Next, let me see how the castle dungeon is for grinding purposes. If we just go straight to the castle without going through the odd field, we don't have any items that we would need to get rid of. Oh yeah, right, the music here had the great voice sample. Are you kidding me? There we go. This has to be the funniest piece of music in this game. Just the do 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 the entire time. I think it also had a really bad loop, if I remember correctly. What do we have here? More staffs. Okay. Okay, even if we get surprised by the spooky, we can handle them at level 2. I feel like there's just not as much in this dungeon. Maybe that's just because the first one had a lot just to show you all the different varieties of items that are included in the game. To like teach you about all of them. So there's like one of every type, like one scroll, the bang scroll, one staff, the thunder staff. You get some herbs, you get copper sword and a leather shield. And through that you get taught about like all the different types of items that are in this game. But to show you all that, there's just more items that are actually on the floor. Or maybe there's just not as many rooms here and more hallways. I don't know, something makes it feel like you just find less. So, without being done here, I would assume that this is not as great for grinding. Because we also don't get any equipment, so we don't have any chance of getting pluses on our best weapons and shields. Oh, but there is some money. There is indeed some money here. There we go. You come here and then we one-shot you. Sleep and panic, both. It's kind of weird how this is like another dungeon that has a bunch of staffs. Like I thought that was the whole thing of the Toro ruins, because that one also had the crystals that reflect spells, so you can use the heal staff to heal yourself, which is really neat. But I just completely forgot that this dungeon also mostly has staffs. I saw you. Okay, but it's already gone. Ah, come on. There we go. How many floors was this? Like 6 or 7? This time for real? Ah, you though. You are annoying, the demighoul. And now I have to deal with the Slime Knight here. Let me just put him to sleep and then I can get some... Oh, it's only max HP actually. Oh, and there's another one. Cool. Let's put you to sleep as well. And then we need to put you to sleep again. Then we can take you out. Let's just confuse you next. Oh my god. With my controller, you might as well think that I'm the one who's confused. And there's my money. At least we get another sleep staff. Skill X. So you can not... Well, you can still kill me. Shoot. No, we're not gonna try that again. Right, so that is not great for grinding purposes. Hmm. Let's try Mount Fiery. I don't know why it lists Mount Fiery after the Lost Forest now. I'm pretty sure it was the other way around. Oh, that's a dead end. Just a little slime. And yeah, for the first few floors, the enemies here are once again really easy, because they always are. But later on we get the troll and the iron tortoise. Apparently there's also golems, but when I was going through this, I did not encounter any golems. I just know that because the statue we got from beating this dungeon was a golem. And it seems like in this game the golem is a really strong enemy, just like outside scroll. Yo, let's go. If we can grind outside scrolls here, that's gonna be really useful. Step guard, gold sword. That is only for selling, I'm pretty sure. Gold sword has like pretty shitty stats. Yeah, 3. If you consider how expensive that was in the shops in the Lost Forest. But yeah, if we can get outside scrolls here, that's gonna be probably the most important grinding spot out of all of them. We can also get them in the Lost Forest, but we need to buy them there. And here they can just be on the ground. And it's like one of those things, if we just find 2 of them, we use one, put the other one into storage, and build up a bunch of outside scrolls that way. Because that would mean we would be able to try our luck in the magical dungeon without having to go for the winning run immediately. Just like we did the first time we entered it, where we found the outside scroll immediately on the first floor. Which gave me the false hope of maybe, just maybe, there being a higher chance of an outside scroll spawning on the first floor of the magical dungeon. So if you just explore the entirety of the floor, you would always get an outside scroll to escape the dungeon, which then turned out to not be the case on my second run. But yeah, if we can just grind those here, we don't need to be lucky with our outside scrolls in the magical dungeon. We can just always take one with us. Oh, that's mean. Wait, I had a step guard scroll. That was stupid. It was unnecessary. Just some bread. I would kind of like to run into different enemies, not just slimes and cheese slimes, just because those give... Ah, there we have some bad looping music. Ouch! Just because the slimes and cheese slimes give the least experience. See, the mad gopher alone gives me twice the amount of experience that a slime gives me. Still not great, but you know, if we're preparing for the later floor... Okay. For the later floors, I'll take what I can get. Do we have something in here? No. Okay, then we are just going to move back up here and down the stairs. Oh, yeah, you were a thing here. How strong were you? Too strong for my liking. There's another one, but it's sleeping. I'm just gonna move away before it wakes up. Oh, did we have the army ants here? Yeah. There we go. The army ants have a really cool gimmick, but they're not as strong as I first thought they would be. So they're actually pretty nice if you're trying to level up. No! Yeah, I'm... Oh god, that miss saved me so much. Come on, hit. Okay. Please. You didn't wake up. There's another monster here. Okay. What do we have here? A copper sword. That's better than the gold sword, I'm pretty sure. Especially if it's +1. Yeah, that's a 6 instead of a 3. Okay, there's an army ant coming. Pretty sure I can take you on. Especially like that. Just getting some HP back. And then, really carefully, we can go over here. Take you out for some extra experience. Down here we now have a connection to this room. You know, I've said the army ant gimmick is pretty cool, but it is also very funny how it does take noticeably longer for a turn to be executed when they are doing their thing with the walls. Just because the game needs to process that. Also, I just missed twice in a row because my controller felt like, no, you're not pressing in that direction, actually. What do we have here? Item pull. And a mine. Ooh, fun. Of course, there's a bunch of enemies here as well, and it's probably gonna be the flames. Which are the ones I can deal with the least. Actually, it was a trick bag, and I could deal with it pretty reasonably. Nice. Yeah, what was in here? Ah, bread. Yeah, come on, better sword. Yeah, now we can two-hit them. That's a lot better. Hello? There we go. Oh, we're not gonna interrupt, no. What do we have in here? Nothing. What about here? A sword. An iron axe. Yo. We're at 6. The iron axe has a base power of 7. So that is a bit better than the copper +1. But we still want to keep the +1 sword because we can melt that with something else. Okay, no damage in that fight. That's good. No! Stuck tied to the ground. Oh, that sucks. That club is +3. Oh, that's +7 actually in just one run already. With that and the outside scroll, this does seem like it might be the spot to run for grinding. Especially since I'm pretty sure none of the enemies are too bad if you know what they're doing. Like, as soon as you figure that out, none of these enemies should be any trouble. Unlike something like the Berserker in the Lost Forest, which even if you know you want to avoid it, can just come out of nowhere and one-shot you, like it did last time for us. Paralyzed Scroll. If I use an item pull scroll, do I get my Haven scroll back that dropped? No. Okay. That is just completely lost. Okay, me trying to get some HP back here did not work out. Still doesn't. There's another flame. That sucks. What if I paralyze you? That didn't work. Can I finally recover some HP? Thank you. There we go. Hello? Can I please... What? Oh, there's another outside. Yo, let's go! The trap failed to work. Okay, that's good. We still have the enemies from before here, the army ants. We got another level up, so I do still want to explore this floor right here. I also don't remember how many floors this dungeon had. But I know that we are still not in the area where we encountered the iron turtles and the trolls. Ooh, what do we have here? Bread and a silver shield. That stops corrosion, right? Yeah, won't rust. Sadly... Ah, damn it, a mine. Sadly, no plus on there. And I think our shields both won't rust already. No, I I pressed the target button. I pressed the square button, which targets the closest enemy, but for some reason Torneko still decided to attack the wall. But that button has been quite mean to me anyways, because it also keeps targeting enemies that I cannot even hit. We're gonna try to deal with this guy. Okay, and my controller decided, no, we are going to use the outside scroll and rescue our other two outside scrolls. Okay, we are going to deposit our money. I should have probably sold some items first. It would have been the smarter move. But okay. We're gonna store the clubs, the copper plus 1 sword. Our 2 outside scrolls here. And maybe the silver shield, yeah. And then we're gonna sell, I guess, everything else. $4,500. Okay, deposit that as well. Yeah, we might even get the 50,000 if we do that a little bit more. And it seems like Mount Fiery is going to be the place to grind. You can start it without items reasonably well. The enemies aren't too bad if you know what they're doing. And you can find a lot of good items. That seems to me like it is the best place for us to prepare. Bronze shield. That it's a +1. I'll take it. I mean, for now I'm taking any shield the game gives me because I didn't have one on me before entering this. But it having a +1 just means I can use it after the dungeon as well. Okay, from what I've seen, what is the Radiant Scroll? Full map. Oh yeah, that makes sense. But the life herbs don't seem to be worth as much, so we might as well take them. Just... ah, damn it. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we might as well take them to make our dungeon run a little easier on us. And we got a club +2. Hell yeah. That's an overall +3 to our equipment on the first floor. Which is how I'm now going to judge this. Apparently that's how I'm going to judge it. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, especially not if we are just possibly gonna die on the first floor just because... technology. And a miss. At least that's a level up. Oh my fucking god, can these guys just stop spawning, please? I want to recover my HP, please. Thank you. That's another club and a copper sword. We currently have a 4. That's a 6. Nice. Here we have another copper sword and a... Is this one better? No, it's worse actually. And what does a pause scroll do? Temporarily paralyzes all the monsters in the room. An attack lifts paralysis. Then what is a paralysis scroll? Oh wait, is that why it didn't work last time? Because it only works on a monster right next to you. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. And I just forgot about that distinction. Ooh, another one. Gold sword. Well, that's at least more money if we make it out of here. And that's a dead end. And red slime. I think the... mine! The only thing we really need to watch out for is the flames, and that we are at a reasonable level before getting to the floors where they start to spawn. Which means I should have paid more attention to when they start spawning. I think it was when the music changes for the first time, but I don't remember which floor that was. Item pole and step guard. But yeah, with all the stuff you can get here, and you not being reliant on a store spawning to get anything, this does seem like a pretty good place to grind up our equipment. And then maybe once we have like a strong enough sword and shield, we can like move on to the Lost Forest, like to a point where it's just not an issue anymore. Take a good sword and shield in there. Ah, floor 4. So we need to get to a reasonable level before floor 4. What was I saying? Yeah. Once we actually get to a reasonable strength level where the Lost Forest isn't a problem anymore, we would be grinding that specifically to buy the stronger items in the shops to get their abilities. So it would not be about just getting weapons and shields, but specifically the special ones. Is this copper sword better? Nope. +1 is still the best one. Now I would kind of like to not run into anything for a while so I can recover some HP. Stepped on pause. We're just gonna eat. Oops, that was the big bread. That was kind of a waste. I just wanted to use the normal bread there. But hey, we made space for the pause scroll. Now the outside scrolls seem to be a lot rarer than I might have expected from finding 3 of them in one run. But you know, just having the ability of grinding those is incredibly helpful, because it means we don't have to risk losing all our items every time we go into one of the harder dungeons. We just need to have like a comfortable collection to fall back on. Oh, you almost got me there, buddy. But not like that. Damn, these army ants are really going at it. Are you? No! I only have a flame herb. Please let me recover a bunch of HP here. Okay, good. Now I can take you on. And that's a level up. Level 7 is reasonable. We're moving on. We're right next to a flame. Okay, the mine trap failed to work. That's another exploding pot. We just keep finding those this time. Oh, damn it. Now we need a hidden rock, but it wasn't a problem. Okay. That was not our money, but we got some money from it. A defense scroll. What are we gonna drop? Is this a normal club? It's +1. Is this a normal club? Yep. So we are hurling this. And then equipping our copper sword again. We can use the defense scroll here. Oh! Oh, right, it's a defense scroll, not an upper scroll. That was stupid. Yet another mine. Are you kidding me? You know what? No, I'm not even going into one of those narrow corridors without healing up. That's some bullshit. It's just running against the wall. Come on, hit. There we go. So many times I miss hitting them just because... There we go. But yeah, just because my controller takes like one more input than I actually used. And then they just scoot right past me. This is a very small floor. I'm kind of disappointed. Ooh, what do you have there? An outside scroll. Okay, that's number 1. If we can get another one, that would be great. Otherwise, we will have to try and get out of here without using it. Preferably. Well, maybe not if we just keep missing the flame. God, there's so many enemies here. Critical hit. That just saved my ass, I'm pretty sure. And a pause. Are you gonna steal my money? No. Okay. Maybe like one more level up before going to floor 7. I think level 9 would be pretty nice to have. Also getting hungry and I only have 1 bread. So that's a bit annoying. But wasn't there bread down here? Okay, not this way. This way. First we gotta get past another flame. Yeah, there's a bread, so we eat this one, pick up this one, and then we're fine. And there we go, level 9. Now I just want to recover my HP before moving on. Okay. There we go. Another club. We can throw away this copper sword because maybe this club has a plus. That's not what I... Okay, it doesn't. So we're gonna hurl this because the copper sword is still worth more money. Okay, how are we gonna deal with you? Flamer. Why not? Just to make sure. Don't think you're as dangerous as you look. But I'm not quite sure if level 9 is good enough to deal with them. Do we have... Ah, no. No. Oh, that's the problem. They can charge power. Actually, I think I want them to charge power so I can move out of the way, not like I just did there. Okay, you know what? Yeah, that should be fine. Just get a little bit of HP recovery whenever we can. You just moved, so we should be fine here. A mine is the worst thing that can happen at this point. I think we might just want to start getting out of here as fast as possible. I think it was 10 floors maybe here. Okay, yeah. In a fair exchange, we can take out the trolls. The problem being, how do we make it a fair exchange? And then we have the stone man too. That sucks. And now we're trapped between a rock and a hard place. We're gonna have to use our outside scroll. Ah, damn it. Well, we still get some pluses out of that and some items to sell. Store the club, the copper sword, the bronze shield. Anything? Did I? Yeah, I did select store. Not that I accidentally sell all this stuff. Also, I keep forgetting that we need to improve our storage. I think that's gonna be it. Ah, there we go. Sell items. Just gonna sell all the stuff we don't want to store. Ooh. Okay, sell inventory. What do we have? We don't need a normal copper sword. We also don't need a normal leather shield at this point anymore. Probably don't need this panic staff. We can just charge the other one up again. Probably don't need these. And then we can store these. Okay. Store's gonna out up to 70 items. If we give him another 1,000, yes, here. Will do. And we can give you 10,000, and then we have the 50,000 that he was asking for. When your deposit reaches certain levels, your deposit has reached 50,000 gold. You've earned a gift. A joy ring. Next one is at 100,000. What is the joy ring? You earn 1 experience point every turn. Oh? Oh. That seems really fucking useful. We're gonna store that for our actual magical dungeon attempt. And then I think we're just gonna do another Mount Fiery run, right? That seems to pay off a lot. Yes, we're gonna enter anyway. I love that the game keeps reminding us of that. Even though I'm pretty sure attempting the magical dungeon right when you have the ability to is just asking for getting killed. Also, we got a pick. The pick is used to as I understand it, since I haven't actually used it for that yet, instantly kill material monsters like the Golem, the Goopy, and maybe the Stone Man? I'm not entirely sure. But hey, we found another outside scroll on floor 1 this time, which is nice. If we just get another one of those at some point in the run, that's gonna be very much worth it. Otherwise, we're just hoping to get it out of here. I don't like not leveling up on floor 1. Please give me a level up. Thank you. Damn, all the enemies were just hiding in this one corridor, huh? And just for the sake of it, let's fill out this here as well. There's nothing there. And hey, another Mad Gopher. Thanks for the experience. And over here we have a red slime. And then, once again, nothing before we move on. Okay. Hey, that's level 3. So now we are completely able to one-shot every enemy on these early floors, I think. Maybe it's a damage roll. We want to get to a reasonable level before floor 4. This time I remember. So we want to take every possible enemy with us. Well, this time we're not really finding any equipment, which kind of sucks. Hello? There you are. Okay, we don't one-shot the Mad Gopher yet. So I was mistaken about that. And then this is just a long hallway. Ouch, ran right into that one. Yeah, no equipment is kind of a bad sign, I feel. Because getting decent equipment with plus stats early on really helped us. Ah, see, it is a damage roll. So yeah, if we don't see any equipment before floor 4, that's not boding too well for this run. Maybe in that case we will just need to grind even more levels, which is kind of hard to do in this game. But we did pick up another big bread and a normal one as well. So who knows what might be possible. Well, there is also the hard turn limit, after which you just get kicked out as if you've died. But that's like 2,000 turns or something, and we've never even spent half of that on one floor, I think. And all the way up here we have nothing. Yeah, okay. This is not going too great. The pick has one attack if you're not using it for its intended purpose of instantly killing material monsters. So that's not really helping us either. So I guess we're just gonna stay on this floor a bit longer and try to get to level 5 at least, which is still gonna be really risky. Yeah, level 5, no equipment. I don't know how well we're gonna handle flames at that point. Another mine. Oh, come on, there we go. Wait, what? Oh, there's some lava there. Basically, like water in this dungeon. If it works like it does in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, you can walk over that with certain abilities, but you're probably gonna catch on fire, or since there's no status effects in this game apparently, you would probably just lose some HP on every step. There we go, level 5. Gonna eat the big bread, because it's the big bread. And we're not gonna interrupt our game. Okay, how well are we gonna be able to deal with the enemies here? Oh my god, we almost just ran into another mine trap. Okay, so the first thing the enemies here do to us is steal all our items, all our money. I don't know where items came from there. Didn't I just see the trick bag? Like right behind me? Am I seeing things? Is it that late already? That's another outside scroll. You know what? We might just not even bother with it. We have 2 outside scrolls. We're just gonna use one, save the other. Having no equipment at this point is not great. And I'm not counting this as our like actual final run of the day, because that went not the way I wanted it to. However, I can withdraw 800 here. And then I can pay off another improvement of our storehouse. Yes, I do have 1,000. And then we're just gonna put these 99 coins away again. And come on, Mount Fiery. Oh, wait. I forgot to get rid of my items, right. maybe it is getting that late. I don't think I have a pick stored, so let's just store one. And then we can sell all the other stuff. That's another 2,000. I guess maybe the scrolls are worth quite a bit. Okay. Now we are ready to go on another Mount Fiery run. And hopefully this time we actually find some equipment on the early floors. Because without, this is kind of gonna be a nightmare. Oh, holy, 2 of them. Okay, level up. There we go. Now we can two-shot them, it seems. Well, we still shouldn't run into their attacks. We still don't one-shot the red slimes. Get some HP up here. And another Radiant Scroll. Hey, level 3. And down here we've got nothing. Too bad. Oh! Hell yeah. One-shotting the Mad Gophers on floor 1. That's at least something. I would still like to find some actual equipment on the first 3 floors. But at least we are getting enough experience to level up. Now we're just getting more and more scrolls. Yeah, I guess this time around we're just spawning enemy after enemy instead of items. Well, I guess that also kind of works to prepare us for the later floors. Just as long as we actually keep this up, that is. Oh, there's a shield. That's something. It's just a leather shield, so it's not a lot. But it is something, which is better than nothing. We still get hit by the mine. And up here we have nothing again. Cool. Well, okay. One more floor for us to find any equipment before we run into flames and similar stuff. Another leather shield. Is this one? Yeah, it at least has +1. Still not great defense, but we take any upgrade we can get. Now, if maybe we could get a sword as well? Just saying, you know. It's just a suggestion. I'm not forcing you to do anything, game, but it would be very much appreciated. Yet another scroll. Okay. Not really what I was asking for, but yeah, I'm not rushing you. Just do it whenever you feel like it. No, when you're ready, you can give me a sword. Aha! See? You just gotta be a little nice and look out for what the game feels like and have a bit of patience. We also got an outside scroll, so yeah, one more maybe of that. At some point, of course. We don't need it right away. We can wait. We're not gonna interrupt the game. And we have... okay, an empty first room. An empty second room. Not even any enemies. Just nothing. Ah, there we go. There we go, level 5. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Maybe? Yep, it called for help. And then I missed. Paralyze. There we go. Immediately calls for help again. Are you kidding? Paralyze. And a defense scroll. And now we should be able to one-shot you. Yep, there we go. Now they cannot ask for help anymore. And we can use their lower defense to get some more experience to make the later stages easier. That's actually kind of smart. Yeah, so having a defense scroll ready for floor 4 is pretty useful. Oh, I guess that only works on enemies that had already spawned at the moment that you use it. It's not actually for the entire floor. Oh, so that's how that works. Still pretty useful, since you know, the enemies here give a lot more experience points than the ones on the previous 3 floors. So being able to take them out easier means you can then get to a level that works for the floor quite a bit faster. Because you don't need to defeat as many enemies as you would have if you stayed on the earlier floors, and that was a stupid move, and I just gotta get out of here with a bank scroll. Which sucks. That was 2 stupid moves right after one another. I honestly should not have made it out of that. But sometimes you just have the correct item in the correct moment. Oh, come on. Nothing here. Then how about... Hello, flame. Over here. Hello, another flame. You get so punished for missing an attack. You can't even really do much about it. No! Okay, there we go. Got out of that pickle. And we run into another mine. Always lovely. Iron axe! Just a normal one, sadly. But it is still stronger than our copper sword that we had before. There we go. Damn it. Okay, is there any way from here to the left side? No. This is all just done by the army ants. If given enough time, would the army ants actually just turn the entire floor into a giant room? And if so, which dimensions would that room have? I mean, if given enough time, yes. But can you actually, like, achieve that time frame in a run? So basically, would they be able to do it in 2000 turns? And I guess the answer to that depends on how many there are. If there's enough army ants, there's probably a maximum of how many enemies can spawn on a floor. Ouch. So basically, my question is, if the maximum amount of enemies are army ants, would they be able to destroy every wall on a floor in the 2000 turns that you have before you get thrown out of the dungeon? I don't know if any other person on this planet would care about that. Hey, level 9. Which is pretty nice because I'm quite sure that we are right about to run into the strongest enemies in this dungeon. I think that starts on floor 7, maybe floor 8, but I think it was floor 7. So having at least level 9 is nice. Yo! Plus 3! Oh, holy shit. Oh, that's so fucking good. Holy shit. Okay, the mine didn't work. That's good. And I think even with a leather shield... Oh, hello. Can I do anything against you? Guess I can paralyze you? Oh, right. Paralyze is the one where it has to be right next to me. Yo, 2-hit kill on the troll, though. Oh, that's so good. Okay, that was also a 2-hit kill, but that doesn't count because I crit. Yeah, otherwise the Iron Turtle is a 3-hit kill. Haven Scroll. Give me... Where did you come from? Okay, yeah, I do want them to be charging their power. Because that means I get an extra turn to attack them. Like that. And that's level 10. Step guard. Not that useful. I'm really struggling with the Iron Turtles only because my controller is messing me up. Otherwise, they would be so easy to deal with. They move to you, you attack, you move. They move to you, you attack. It's just... Oh. God. Yeah, every time my controller messes me up with them, I'm like, oh no, because they do hit hard. They look like they would just be defensive, but they do hit hard. But the trolls are actually pretty easy now that we can two-shot them, which is nice. Item pole and a silver shield. We can use the item pole, I guess. It's a silver, step guard, item pole. Okay. A mine. Okay, floor 8. I still don't know how to handle the Iron Turtles when they're asleep. I guess the best thing to do in that case is just ignore them. Let them be. Ouch. Okay, you're also 2 hits. please. No, the Haven Scroll is on the ground again. So what did I pick up? I think the tie down? Wasn't there an item here? Well, now there's a Haven Scroll that's stuck to the floor because we're just not meant to have something like that, I guess. Okay. Here we have a pot, an exploding pot. Ooh, 2-hit Iron Turtle, this time for real. Okay, level 11, we should be pretty much fine unless we have something horrible happen, like stepping on a mine and then getting surprised by a troll or something along those lines. Which, you know, could always still happen. Let's just get our HP up. We have another interrupt point, which we're not gonna do. And then I think we should be almost done with that interrupt point. I'm pretty sure it was floor 10. Because after getting the interrupt point on floor 8, I was like, wait, how long is this gonna be? And then it wasn't much longer. We're just gonna ignore the goopy, because we don't have the pick with us. Oh yeah, we still haven't encountered a golem. Ooh, that could still be pretty bad, because I don't know how strong the golem is, because I haven't fought one before. Club. Yeah, no. We're not gonna use a club anymore. Oh, no, a mine. Bunch of small rooms here on this floor, huh? Guess I gotta be a little more careful now. Oh no, there's the stairs. And now we gotta find one more pair of stairs, I think. Another mine. Wow, now it's really showing us. There we go. Iron Turtle defeated. And up here, nothing. Oh, troll. Charging its power, there we go. Damage this troll. And there's the stairs. Kinda wanna explore this floor a little. Just out of curiosity and... Okay, no. The game just told me, oh no, you are not gonna explore. So we are just gonna leave. There we go. Okay, yeah, Mount Fiery was definitely way better for grinding than the Lost Forest. We're gonna sell some items. That's 4,300 again. And we're gonna store this. And we're gonna withdraw. Oh yeah, we don't even have a strong... Or we didn't have a strong sword before this. Guess we're just gonna take all this. Take this. And this. And then we'll see what we can meld together. And that's where we're gonna leave this off. Just seeing how much progress we can do with our items by grinding for like a little less than 4 hours. Base item is Metable. And we're gonna meld it with the club plus 3. 1,050. Metable plus 6. We're gonna meld it with the other club plus 3. That's another 1,050. I guess maybe it's because we're putting all this on a Metable sword, which is pretty strong already. So it's like... It's probably that the cost is calculated from the base item's normal stats and the stats that you are putting onto it. Like this is gonna cost 700 again. And then if we put a +1 from the copper sword on the metal sword, we're gonna have 350. Yeah, okay, that's how it works. So now we figured out how the cost is calculated. We're also gonna use the dragon shield +4 as our base item. And we're gonna meld it with the leather shield +3. It won't rust, suppresses hunger, anti-poison, reduces fire damage, and prevents thieving. Whew! No, the base item is not a leather shield. Almost messed me up there. It's the dragon shield that we are gonna put another +1 on. Okay. So, all that grinding. We have a Metable sword +14 now. That is incredible, if I do say so myself. Now, I'm probably gonna do exactly what I did just now, a bunch more off stream, to boost these items up even more. If we find something like a Metable shield or something, that would be really freaking cool, but I think a dragon shield is already really strong. And we also do still have the means of making a backup shield. We don't really have a backup sword yet. So I think we might... Or I might work on that a little off stream as well. We can also still put 2 more pluses on a shield and 5 more pluses on a sword. Oh yeah, actually let me check if we can put the picks quality onto the Metable sword. I'm just gonna check that real quick if that works. We're gonna meld. The metabol plus 14. With the pick. Breakable. Oh. Capable of tunneling, 1 hit KO of material monsters. Breakable sucks. No. I won't. Okay. So we don't want to do that. 1 hit kill on material monsters and being able to tunnel is really cool, but we don't want our really strong sword to be able to break. So that's why we won't do that. But yeah, now I figured out how to actually do good grinding in this game. Only took 4 hours, you know. I'm somewhat of a pro gamer. I say as I accidentally talk to the tutorial book instead of the book that lets you save. Oh, it's just this one as well. Okay. But yeah, now that I've figured out how to do good grinding that does not require me to bring my good items into the dungeon with me, I think I'm in a position where I can do that off stream, and next time we might actually try to beat the magical dungeon when we play this game. Now I'm still thinking about putting this on hold until I get a new controller. I'm not sure about that yet. So we might not. But either way, next time we are gonna play Torneko The Last Hope. I think we should be ready to take on the magical dungeon. So, we're gonna save our progress for today in the journal. And with that, today's stream comes to a close. And we are gonna see who we can raid.